related opportunities. We would also talk about, we would also highlight a WAVE alumnus that has gotten a tech related opportunity, because I thought it was important that, you know, we profile someone who has also gotten an opportunity. We will talk about how to create a portfolio, because a portfolio is almost like your CV. So the way you have your CV for interviews, when it comes to creative or tech opportunities, what they're going to ask for is a portfolio. Then we'll have a recap, and then there will be Q and A. So again, I'd really appreciate that you have a pen and paper and you're taking notes as we move along. Okay, so with respect to tech industry, so I have here Nigeria is one of Africa's leading tech hubs, with a thriving ecosystem that encompasses various sectors. How many of us are familiar with the words fintech, health tech, agri-tech, edu-tech? How many of us? Stop an emoji. So thumbs up if you're familiar with those terms, and thumbs down if you're not familiar with those terms. Someone has their hand up. Let's see. Okay, so okay. So Abdullah is familiar, Bolaji is familiar, Abel is familiar, Oloru Balum is familiar, Fowoshere isn't familiar with those terms. Okay, that's good. Okay, so let me ask no, not Abdullah. Let me ask Lizzie. So Lizzie, you have your hand up, right? When you hear fintech, so these are abbreviations. So these are abbreviations: fintech, edutech, agritech, health tech. When you hear fintech, what is the full meaning? So fintech is an abbreviation for a full phrase, a combination of two words. Lizzie, go ahead, please. Lizzie, you have your hand raised up. Okay, so if Lizzie can't hear us, Mercy, any idea what the full words are? Fintech.
Hello.
I can hear you. Who's speaking, please?
This is Lizzie.
Can you unmute your mic so I can hear Lizzie?
Hello. Financial technology. Hi everyone.
Okay. I would like to hear only Lizzie's voice, please. Can we unmute our mics, Dara, please? Thank you very much. So Lizzie.
Okay. I think my knowledge about fintech is talking about financial institution industry, like all these online banking, like OPay, the online wallets, and everything like that.
Okay, so all right. Okay, I mean, you went a bit further to give us examples of fintech businesses, but I was also looking for, you know, what what two words represent fintech. So finance and technology. Okay, so who will help us answer edutech? What are the two words have emerged to form edutech? Let's have Mercy. Let's have Mercy. Okay, so Lawa has his hand up. Sorry, Mercy. Lawa has his hand up. Lawa, please.
It means technology with education.
Thank you very much, Lawa. Education and technology merged together is edutech. Who will help us answer what's the next one? I believe it's health tech. Health tech, anyone? Mercy. Okay, Joshua. All right, Joshua. Health tech.
Health tech means that's technology for health. A health sector.
All right, thank you very much. So health and technology merged together is health tech. So, well, I mean, I guess we can just use that one to figure out agri-tech and some other businesses that have tech, some other industries that have tech in their names. So now we can all agree that tech has become the what would I call it now? A very exciting industry, you know, and that's why a lot of businesses are tapping into tech, and Wave is not even left out. So we used to focus a lot on soft skills, and then we realized, I don't know what's happening on my slides. I'm not sure what's going on the slides. Hold on. Can you confirm that?
So it's not from you. Somebody, okay, the person has, so somebody was using their whiteboard to write on the screen, but the person has removed it.
Okay, thank you very much. So yeah, so like I was saying, I mean, tech has become, it's an exciting industry. Everybody's getting into tech. And I was talking about how Wave, we used to focus a lot on soft skills, and then we realized that, well, how can we marry both? How can we be in tune with what's happening around the world? And we began to partner with companies or companies like Digital Fortress, who would teach tech-related skills, and of course your soft skills, because it's so important to learn or to know about soft skills. I always say that your technical skills will get you into the room or get you on the job, but your soft skills is what will keep you on the job. Your ability to think critically, your ability to manage time, your ability to problem solve, that is what will make you stand out from your peers. So that's why soft skills will forever be important and critical. So in all of these tech industries that we have mentioned, I would argue that fintech has been the most dominant of them. If anyone disagrees, please feel free to raise your hand and let me know. But fintech has become, the most dominant of all of these industries. So someone already mentioned OPay, PalmPay. Which other ones can we think of again? Alert, that's for my bank. So can everyone name at least one fintech business or company that they have, they've either engaged or they've seen somewhere? So I'll give you examples: OPay, PalmPay, Alert. Which other fintech businesses are you familiar with? Lawal. Lawal, your hand is up. You can drop a comment if maybe some comments. Okay. Piggyverse, PalmPay, OPay, okay. I see Jumia. Okay. Well, Jumia is not a tech business, it's an e-commerce business, but they have some technology embedded in the business, but it's not a fintech business, it's an e-commerce business. Of course, again, yes, VBank, yes, Lawal, MoneyPoint, Flutterwave, even your head is there. Your head is there. Fantastic. Okay, so like I said, we can all agree that fintech is the most dominant. Does it mean that these other industries, the health, the agri, the edu, will not also have their own time where they will be in dominance? It just depends on it's based on demand. So there's a demand for financial inclusion, and that's why there is that so much emphasis or so much focus on fintech. Next year there could be a lot more demand for education, and you see a lot of edutech businesses begin to sprout up. So that's where you come in. You need to begin to harness your skills, hone your skills, so that you can figure out how to look for these opportunities, and that's why we are having this session. Okay. Thank you very much. I see that. So, okay. So how to find tech-related opportunities? Let's see. So the first one is networking. Can anyone come off mute and tell me, what do you think networking is? In your own experience, your own understanding, what do you think networking is?
Please, I don't hear what you say, sir.
I said, can anyone tell me what do you think networking, the word networking in a what's the word now? In an event context, not in a technology context. So in an event context, what do you think networking is?
Okay.
Network
Sorry, hold on.
is-
I would hold on, people. I would appreciate that you raise your hand if you want to speak, so that we can avoid what was about to happen, which is rowdiness. So if you wish to speak, just put your hands up and I will call you. So I've heard Lizzie, I've heard your voice before. Let's have Joshua.
Okay. I want to use layman terms like networking is connecting with people, like people that you have common grounds together, that you're in the same field. So you connect with them with the purpose of upskilling and getting new opportunities.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, Joshua. Great try. CJ. Ebenezer, can you please mute your mic?
Yeah,
CJ.
yes. In my own understanding, it has to do with reaching out, widening out, trying to. It might not even be person in your particular field, but it can be somebody that can still give you some leverage or some impact. Just widening out, interacting with people, collaborating with people. So let's assume you are in an event, you are seated. Those around you, you can talk to them, but you can still walk ahead to maybe another table just to sit and chat and know them more.
Okay. All right. Thank you very much, CJ. So I had a few keywords. I had interacting, I had engaging, I think I had connecting as well. I think Joshua also talked about engaging with people who share similar interests for your benefits, and both answers are correct. So what is networking, right? In your understanding, or in my understanding, is just basically connecting with people who share similar interests or not, with the aim of establishing a relationship. Because when you wish to connect with someone, you have a goal in mind. It is to establish a relationship for something, for maybe a bigger goal. So there's always an intent or an intention when you are trying to network, right? And this is a very important or practical step with getting an opportunity. It is where can I find people that need my skills? Where can I find people that need my skills? Where can I find people that need my offer? It is at events, conferences, hackathons, which is a technical term for conferences. It's a meetup to connect with industry professionals and engage in discussions. It's a medium to showcase your skills and connect with potential employers or collaboration. So the first thing is networking when it comes to looking for tech-related opportunities. I mean, any opportunities in general, but because we're on the topic of tech, I'm limited to tech opportunities. So hackathon, like I said, it's a technical jargon for technology, right? So networking is one medium to find industry professionals that need your skills. You can go to as many random conferences, but the conference that you should focus on is a tech-related conference. It's a hackathon conference. I don't know if you all are very active on social media. You may have seen a lot of flyers, a lot of videos talking about, let's say, Social Media Week, for instance, and some other conferences. That is where you should be going to if you're looking to get opportunities, because you want to network with industry professionals. So again, networking is one medium to find tech-related opportunities. Okay. If you have any questions, please just raise your hand and I will call you to ask a question. So that's number one, networking. Number two is online job boards, right? How many of us have in your search for an opportunity, you are going to check different websites, different platforms where they upload job vacancies, Hands in the air if you have. You've checked on website, you've checked on different platforms. Okay, Abdullah has done that. Okay. Ibrahim, okay. Ibrahim, I haven't heard your voice. Do you want to share your experience very briefly? What was your experience like when you went to the website or the platform to indicate your interest in a job opportunity? What was that experience like? Ibrahim.
Morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It's just, I think it's just like I'll look for related opportunities like in the field that I'm looking for, and anyone that seems suitable or something, I will apply. Just as
Okay. So if you have applied for 5, out of those 5, how many you receive a feedback from? How many has gotten back to you?
if I've applied for 5 or something, I don't know. Like I don't keep count actually. I don't check frequency.
Okay, that's fine. So yeah, many of us, Abdullah, thank you very much. I see your hand raised. So thank you, Ibrahim, as well. So online job board is another medium to look for tech-related opportunities. LinkedIn is almost maybe the biggest job search platform. So I'm trusting and hoping that many of us or many of you have an active LinkedIn account. If you don't, please ensure that after this session, you go on LinkedIn and you set up an account and you are active. Now, active can be defined in two ways. There is active, which is I only go there just to apply for opportunities. So because you can turn on notifications, job notifications, and you get them in your emails. So you get opportunities in your emails and they apply for them. Then there's active, or I constantly engage other people's content. I constantly share my own experiences so that I can build a following and so that I can establish myself as an authority in a particular field, right? So I'm encouraging you to, after this session, go and open a LinkedIn account if you don't have any. Does anyone have a LinkedIn account here? So hands in the air if you have, raise your hand if you have a LinkedIn account, an active LinkedIn account. Joshua, awesome. Anybody else? Ibrahim, awesome. Lawal, awesome. So you have an active, I think, okay. That's okay. Olawumi, Emmanuel, okay, awesome. Okay, good. I hope I have not missing out anyone's. Can we share our LinkedIn here? So hold that thought until we are done with the session so that we don't get distracted. Okay, Palumi, you have one. Zirelish, you have one. Zirelish, is that your full name? You might want to change your ID to your actual name, because this is a professional setting, so you want to do that. Awesome, great. So it's good to know that many of us have an active LinkedIn account, and we're using that to engage recruiters. Okay, good. So LinkedIn, there's Indeed. I don't know if any of us are familiar with Indeed. It's also an online job board. So please go on there and look for opportunities. You will find them. And there's some other ones that I couldn't remember while I was putting together this slide. I will share them with you after this session. There are just there's Hackathon. I will share that with us after this session. That one is strictly tech opportunities, like the other one that is very generic, right? So that's number 2. Lawal, I say let's hold off until we are done with the session before sharing our LinkedIn ID so that we don't get distracted. So that's the second practical step. It is online job boards. And I mentioned that everyone should please go on and set up a LinkedIn profile. So number 3, company websites. Now, quick question. How many of us have, in our search for opportunities, we've gone to look on a particular, there's a company that we are eyeing, we're looking at, we're like, I want to work for this company, and we go onto their website to look at maybe their career page or their social media page to check if they are hiring. How many of us? I want to work for, let's say, Google. I want to go and check Google's career page. I want to check, say, their social media to just maybe turn on notification for when they're hiring.
I need to log in first.
Can we please mute our mics? Ebenezer, is your hand up for this question, or it was for the previous question I asked? Ebenezer. Ebenezer, Lawal, Emmanuel, are your hands up for the question I just asked or for the previous question?
It was for the previous question.
Okay, so you want to drop your hands down so that I know that I'm speaking to people. Okay, so please drop your hand. So Abel, I asked the question, have you ever visited a company's website that you would love to work with? The website of the company you love to work with. Have you ever visited their websites? Check out their career page or their social media pages, so you can be kept abreast of their opportunities. Abdullah, your hand is still up, so I'm assuming that this is for the. Okay, so Abel, come on, let's hear your experience. What was that like? What company was it, and what was that experience like? Abel, you can hear me. What company did you want to work with, and how did you go about indicating your interest?
Good morning, everyone.
Hi, Abel. You meant to speak up.
Okay.
My voice is very loud, so
Can
I need your voice also be loud as well.
you hear me now, please?
Yes, I can hear you, and I suppose everyone can.
Okay, it was actually under recruitment, whereby you have to know, even up till it was that day actually when I went for the interview, I had to check. But from within, I've been following their page. My mind has not been to that question, whereby I would check who is really the owner of the company. I thinking it was a Nigerian company. From getting there, I had to check it again and had to see that it was a China company. So that was the experience. I was following them before, but I didn't have to check that. So I realized that I was supposed to check that at first.
What's your name again? Onda. You say Onda?
Yes, under manufacturing company.
The name of the company is Onda Manufacturing. That's their name, Onda Manufacturing.
Yes, the one that makes bike and vehicle.
Oh, Honda. Okay, Honda.
Yes.
Honda. Okay, Honda. Okay. 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 Thanks for sharing that experience. Anyone that has any tech related experience, maybe Google. You're going to check their recruitment page or their careers page because you like to work there. Abdullah, your hand is up. Is it for this question? Otherwise, do you mind putting it down?
Yes.
All right, please go ahead. What company was it?
Yeah, like it's Be Free. The
Okay.
name of the company is Be Free.
What do they do?
Like they are into tech, and they also do debt recovery, like giving people advice on loan or this thing, and working with companies,
So fintech.
creating what they call it, website for them, like user interface and user experience, such things like that. And they also do products managing and this thing. So I've been following them, LinkedIn, Facebook, Instagram, all the social media I've been following them. Even this thing, what do you call it? X. That's Twitter. Yeah, follow them. So I've been trying to see maybe there's vacancy, and even my brother is even working there as a product design manager.
At Be Free?
Yeah.
Fantastic.
So I've been trying to see if there's vacancy, and till now I couldn't find any. So recently my brother told me that okay, but like could be able to look maybe there'll be internship. Say that I can go into internship, like internship program. I can go into that, and till now, I'm still waiting for. I'm still waiting for something like that.
Oyini, can you please mic, Oyini? Can you please mute Oyini's mic? Thank you very much.
So till now, I haven't got any reply, and even some complaints, like I don't even know. Many I've applied for. Even there's a flyer that wave posted like for job or this thing. I apply and they say they will get back to me in 3 weeks. Till now, I haven't seen anything yet.
All right, thank you so much. So I'm smiling because I like that you were using technical terms. I heard you say product management. I heard you say X instead of Twitter. Those are very little details that people will not pay attention to. But for someone like myself, it's I mean, for a recruiter, if you use those words or those terms, they would know or understand that you know what you're talking about. So it's good that you mention those terms and use those words. I also want to say that, I mean, your brother is already in the company, so you maybe don't even need this session. You know, you already have a mentor or someone to guide you on how to find a tech-related role. But it's good that you are here.
I need it seriously. Like my brother told me to go and learn UI UX, learn this, learn anything about Adobe, everything. I'm still learning.
Fantastic.
I'm still learning.
I'm pleased to hear that, and I guarantee you that before the year end, you will get something productive if you keep at it.
Yeah,
very well done. Emmanuel, your hand is up. Do you also have an experience, or this was the former question you asked? Abdul, I can put on your hand so that I don't get confused.
Yes, I have an experience.
All right, boss. Hit us.
Okay, it was actually Facebook. So there's an opportunity in the Meta developer teams because I have a Meta developer account. So
you have a what?
I have a Meta developer account.
Okay. Fantastic. All right.
So if there's any opportunity, like maybe free trainings and cool, even on Facebook, I'm usually thinking about it. And then there was that time that there was opening on Facebook, so I applied. So there's a lot of processes, but at the end, well, fortunately, I was not picked. But my attempt has actually given me a level of confidence in like if I want to approach any other organization, I know what to do and how to better. Because every time I make the mistake, I learn how to make that mistake again. So I think it is interesting, like having if there are platforms that they are popular like that, I'm following them very well. Having an account with them is fine. That's my own experience.
Fantastic. I think for me, from just apart from the fact that you talk about you have a developer account, a Meta developer account, which is very critical, and again, it's a technical term that you've mentioned. It shows that you know where you're.
Yes, I do.
Hello, Kelvin, so you're muted.
Sorry about that. I tried to meet someone. I was saying that, in summary, I like that you mentioned that you have a Meta developer account. Again, it's another technical term that if you say to a recruiter, they would take you more seriously, or they are likely to listen to you more. And I also like that you said that you always strive to learn from your experiences so that you don't repeat it again. Fantastic stuff. Please keep at it. Okay, so briefly, company websites, explore the career section. So when you go on their websites, right? So I kept mentioning Google because I imagine that that's the one company that we're most familiar with, right? So you go on their career sections of tech companies' websites. Many tech companies post job opportunities on their own site before it even goes out. So that's where you have to take initiative, right? So think of the company you want to work in. So, and I put here Flutterwave. Hopefully, many of us are familiar with Flutterwave and Seamless HR. So go on their website, go to their career page, and look through their job board, and apply for the one that suits your interest or suits your skill set. What that does is they get your request first, and they treat you as priority before they open it out to general public. So again, list the companies you like to list of these companies, and then go on their website and look for their career page. And the one that suits your interest, go ahead and apply to them. You never know. You just never know. So let's move on to the next section or the next point. Freelance platforms. Platforms like Upwork, Fiverr, Zedai. You would find tech. So as a freelancer, which I imagine many of you are at the moment, let's say you want to keep working for yourself. Don't come and stress my life. I don't want to work full-time for anybody. I want to do my own thing by myself. You can go on these platforms, Upwork or Fiverr or Zedai.com. I know that company personally, that's why I put it there. Go on those platforms. They tend to have projects that require a certain skill set. So when you go on there, you would signify interest in that project. I think your skills will be assessed, and then you'll be given the opportunity, and you and the person who has the project will negotiate on finance bits, and then decide on the outcome. But these are freelance platforms that you can explore as a freelance tech person. So Upwork, Fiverr, and Zedai.com. Number 5 is open source contribution. So contribute to open source projects on platforms like GitHub. I don't know if is any of us familiar with GitHub? Anybody? Hands in the air. Fantastic. Just as taking off a hand. Who hasn't spoken? Adedeji. How are you familiar with GitHub? Because I'm surprised that you are very familiar with GitHub, and I'm impressed. Adedeji, what is GitHub to people who are not familiar with the platform?
All right, good morning. My name is Adedeji Ridwan, and I'm a front-end developer. So with that, I'm much familiar with GitHub and with the experience I've gained from the Wave program. So we are taught about how to use GitHub to live our projects.
Okay. Fantastic.
And at the moment, I have some of my projects that have been live on GitHub. That's it.
Awesome. So many of you are even ahead than I thought. Lawal, let's hear you. Emmanuel, you spoke a while ago, so let's hear Lawal.
Yeah, I also opened GitHub during my training with Wave. And we stored our works, all the training we did, and some little desktop publishing stuff that we did there. All those codes we wrote.
Okay.
Was there, so it's just there to showcase what we can do and how far we have gone with our training.
Awesome. So you all are familiar with GitHub already. So if you're not familiar with GitHub, or if you haven't put out your project on there, please do that. That is one medium that a lot of recruiters, project managers go on there to look for people who need people like you, who have the skills that they're looking for. So it's an open source platform. I'll call it maybe not a portfolio now. So I think open source is the word. So go on there, upload your portfolio there, and then they're going to again assess it and figure out whether it meets their needs. So like Lawal has said, like Adedeji has said, They have their portfolio on there. So please do that. Meet with them so that they can guide you on how to go about exploring that platform. And of course, social media. I mean, so GitHub is very or let me say, social media is more open than GitHub, right? So GitHub is very, it's almost like it's more people who understand tech and people who know what they are looking for. But what social media does is it's a more open source platform. So as you work on different projects, or as you work on free, it doesn't have to be paid projects. So if you collaborate with on projects, do well to share your experiences per time on your social platforms. Maybe preferably LinkedIn, because that's where people who need your skills, which is recruiters, that's where they hang out more. So Adedeji, Lawal, yes, you have your portfolio on GitHub, but do well to also share bits and pieces of those projects on your LinkedIn profile, and then maybe attach a link to direct people to your fuller portfolio. Attach a GitHub link so that people can go there and check out your full portfolio. But social media should be a platform where you can share tidbits of your experiences, and then GitHub is now the landing page where they can see the full portfolio. So again, I'm encouraging you to please use your LinkedIn very actively. Share your experiences maybe once a week, maybe twice a week, once a month, but just be very deliberate about using LinkedIn to share your experiences. Oh, I worked on a project as a front-end developer. These were the challenges I experienced. It was great working with Kelvin and Lawal on this project. They taught me about XYZ. So what you're doing is you are creating awareness for yourself. You are establishing your authority as a front-end, back-end, UI, UX person, content writer, whatever role it is that you are applying for or you wish to apply for. But do well to share your experiences on LinkedIn. Number 6 is tech communities and forums. Now, this is my favorite one because it's the quickest way to get gigs, right? So Upwork, Fiverr is mostly project related. So it's like business, it's just business alone. Go there, look for project managers who are looking for your skill sets. You don't find, end of business. There's no two-way interaction. There's no continuous two-way interaction, or there's no engagement, right? With communities and forums, online communities and forums, it's very, very important to be in a community, in a tech community or tech forums. And I belong to a few that I can add some of you on. So that when you have a need for something, you can always say, "Hi everyone, I'm looking for, I don't know how to access XYZ tool, or I need help with XYZ project, and maybe I'm overwhelmed or something," and you get people that will show interest in your request. So if there's one thing that I want you to take away from this session, it is, how can I find tech communities that I can belong to? Also, with communities, it's very important to be active in those communities, because what it does is it establishes a top of mind awareness for people, for other participants, such that some people might not even share opportunities in those communities because maybe they don't want to be overwhelmed with the feedback that they'll get. But if you are Kelvin, if you're Lawal, if you're Adedeji, who comments almost every time, you are always active in that community, when they get that opportunity, they'll just DM me privately. Lawal, I know that you are very active, or I know that you have expertise as a front-end developer. I have this project I'd like for you to work on. Are you available? So they don't want too many requests, too many messages, too many DMs. So they'll just DM me directly, and they do that because you are very active in the community. You are always preferring solution. You're always maybe asking questions. You are very engaging in whatever medium, whatever way. And they know what you do, or they know the skills that you have. So they'll just DM me privately. No stress, no long talk, right? So it is very important that if you are in a community and you are seeking opportunity, these are the key terms, that you are as active as you can be. Once a day, just drop something, drop a comment, drop a you found maybe it's a job opportunity, share. Maybe it's clarity on something that you need. Ask away. Maybe it's a solution to a question that someone asks. Respond, but be very active in communities that you belong to. Do not be a ghost participant. Put yourself out there. Now you define opportunity, so you have to be aggressive with how you look for the opportunity. Don't do something in a particular way and expect different results. It's not going to happen. It's not going to work. So tell yourself this October, this November, I will try something differently with how I look for my tech opportunity, and I will measure what the outcome of that activity will be like. So please, again, if you're in communities, please be active. If you're not in any community, I'm happy to share a few with you on Telegram, on WhatsApp, on Slack, on LinkedIn, on Facebook as well. Join them and be active as possible. Number 7, I mean, we've talked about social media and how it's so important. Can someone stop using their whiteboard? It's distracting. I think that's Oye with me. Talk about LinkedIn. I don't think we need to purchase that anymore. Just be active on LinkedIn for industry news, for trends. Be abreast with all that's happening in your space. And then number 8 is cold outreach. So there are some times where you need to take your destiny in your hands and look for the company you want to apply to. Let's say, for instance, you've seen, let's say, Flutterwave. They said, listen, they put out the vacancy or not. Email them, look for the email address. It's usually open information. Look for the email address, compose a very compelling cover letter, which should be in the body of your email, right? Tell them why. So obviously, introduction, second paragraph, why you are a fit for that role, the value your skills would bring or add to their organization, or the problem it will solve, and then tell them that you look forward to working with them. Sometimes it's advisable to try out as an intern. I think someone mentioned that. Maybe you don't want to go as a full-time hire because it depends on your confidence. So sometimes just go as a full-time hire. Listen, I want to come and work for you as a full-time hire. Sometimes let me play safe. I would try out as an intern because they are more likely to take you on as an intern, and then sort of guide you or build your skill sets, right? But look for companies that you want to work in. Send them a cold email. So cold email means I have never interacted with you before. You don't have any opening, but I want to be in your radar. I want you to have my portfolio such that when you are looking to hire, I'm the first person you're going to reach out to. I'm the first person that you call that you have a vacancy because I have indicated my interest. Now, something that you should do after you have shown your interest is go ahead with put yourself out there. Because what happens is when people show interest in a particular role, the employer now goes to LinkedIn more often than not to see, do they have a footprint? Do they have a digital footprint on LinkedIn? And what kinds of content do they put out there? Is it in relation to the role they're applying for? So I don't know how many of us have ever experienced a recruitment where the recruiter will say, send me your LinkedIn profile. So what they do is they go and check whether your CV or your portfolio matches your LinkedIn profile. They want to see, how do you think? What is your communication like? What information do you put out there? How passionate are you about that field or that job you're applying for, or that role you're applying for? So it's important that when you show interest, when you send out that cold email, or you make a phone call, whatever it is, or a WhatsApp message, that you go ahead to create content on your LinkedIn, because they're going to go and check your LinkedIn profile to see how active you are. See some comments. I missed. I'm getting the slide. Okay, so okay, so I'm going to come to this question. So please just hold on to your messages. I beg of you, so that I'm not distracted. So yeah, so that's it for code outreach, right? It's again, look for companies that you want to work in, Flutterwave, Paystack, PayPal, whatever it is. Look for their email addresses online, whether it's on X or it's on Google or LinkedIn, and send them a compelling email. Signify your interest. Tell them how good they are. You always want to make sure that you patronize them. Tell them how good they are, the problem that they're solving, and how it's important that they keep doing what they're doing, because it makes them feel good about themselves. And then tell them the role that you're looking to play in solving that problem as well. So hi Wave, my name is Kelvin. I've been following your account for a while. I see that you're solving the problem of youth unemployment. I think it's a very noble, or it's a very critical work that you're doing in helping to reduce unemployment. I would love to contribute to this. These are my skills, XYZ. I'm a trainer, I'm a facilitator. I know that you have a project that you're currently working on, and these are the skills that I'm willing to bring to that project. I look forward to your response. I'm just giving you a rough work on how to go about that. So yeah, make them feel good about themselves, and then shoot your shots. Always remember, you are at liberty to shoot your shots. Okay. We already spoke about this. Consider internships and apprenticeships, right? In tech companies with range of roles from software development and data analysis to cybersecurity and UX design. Your approach to specific area of interest and expertise to maximize your chances of finding the right opportunity for you. So I already spoke about it. Be very specific about the role. I don't know what's going on. And Marika. Be very specific about the role that you're applying for, and the skills that you're looking to bring. Don't say, I can do anything. See, you cannot do anything, sir. You can't do anything, sir. We don't want someone that can do anything. Anything means nothing. And nothing means that you don't know, you actually don't know what you want. But you have to be specific about the role that you're applying to. And like I said, sometimes you want to try out internship rather than full-time role. Any questions so far? Any questions? Please raise your hand if you have any questions. Okay, there are no questions. I'm going to move on. Can anyone hear me? Let me make sure you can hear me. You can hear me, just raise your hand. Okay, awesome. Just want to be sure. Thank you very much, Lawal. So now, before you do some of the things I mentioned, you must have a CV. I mean, maybe that should have been the first thing I should have talked about, is creating a CV, or like I said, a portfolio, which is a technical term for CV, right? So as a creative, as a tech person, sometimes they'll ask you for both, but ideally you should have a portfolio. That's a no-brainer. And a portfolio is, let me just read the meaning here. It says, a portfolio is a created collection of, creative professionals' work that showcases their skills and expertise and creativity in their chosen field. It serves as a visual and tangible representation of the creator's capabilities and achievements, allowing them to demonstrate their talent to potential clients, employers, or collaborators. And here's why you should have a portfolio. So keywords there are curated collection, showcases your skills and expertise and creativity, chosen field, right? Abilities, so capabilities and achievements, allowing them to demonstrate their talents to potential clients, employers, and collaborators. So please, if you don't have a portfolio, try to create one after this session. Now, why do you need a portfolio, right? So To expand on what I've just highlighted, showcase your work. A creative portfolio enables you to display your best work in a visual, so that I'm getting this right, providing a visual representation of your skills, style, and creativity. It's a powerful way to demonstrate what you can do. I don't think we need to much about that. Highlight your expertise. So your portfolio can showcase your expertise in specific niches and areas within your field. It helps potential clients or mute. Okay, thank you. So your portfolio can showcase your expertise in specific areas or niches within your field. It helps potential clients or employers understand your strength and what sets you apart. Keywords, your strength and what sets you apart. Number 3, it helps to build credibility. A well-organized portfolio can help establish your credibility as a creative professional. It demonstrates that you have a track record of successful projects and satisfied clients. Keywords, demonstration, track record, successful projects, satisfied clients. Number 4, on why you need a portfolio for personal branding. It just sets you apart when you have a portfolio. It just makes you, it gives the impression that you are a professional who knows what they're doing. So a portfolio can reflect your personal brand and style, helping you stand out in a competitive market. It communicates who you are as a creative professional. And then the last point, which I think it is advantage. In competitive fields, a strong portfolio can give you a competitive advantage. It can be the factor that convinces clients or employers to choose you over others. So there are many times when I'm looking to work with someone on a project, and I put out a request, and people reply and say, "Oh, I'm interested. I'm interested. I'm interested." There are some people that go out of their way to say, "I'm interested. Here is my portfolio." Obviously, I'm not to go with that person. I have limited time, so I want someone who will cut to the chase. Don't just tell me you're interested. Show me that you're interested by sending me your portfolio. So if you leave here today, please go ahead and please do yourself some good and create a portfolio so that you can stand out from your peers. Your work, showcasing your design, illustration, photography, or other visual creations. Include high quality images, very important, or samples of your work. Each piece should be presented with a title, description, and context. If you're a writer, include a variety of writing samples, such as articles, blog posts, creative writing, copywriting. You can provide links to online articles or include PDFs or print pieces. Also, testimonials, very important. Share endorsements of testimonials from clients or employers. This provides social proof of your abilities. So one thing I didn't mention was, with your LinkedIn account, it serves as not just a digital footprint, also social proof. I need evidence to show that you are amazing at what you do. And that's where your social media comes in, and now your portfolio. So when you do a project for someone, ask them for a review, ask them for testimonials, because it helps to create the impression that you are amazing at what you do. It gives some level of credibility. So if you have a portfolio right now and you don't have any testimonials, go out to that client and say, "Hey, Mr. Client, can you please write me a testimonial? I want to use it for my portfolio." Sometimes you might need to do free work just to get testimonials. Skills and expertise. It creates a section that outlines your skills and areas of expertise. You can use icons, infographics, or charts to visually represent your proficiency. And then finally, awards and recognition. If you received any awards or recognition for your work, showcase them in your session. See, your portfolio is where you need to brag about what you do. Let people say they are bragging. You could care less because you have one chance to wow a prospective employer or client. Your portfolio is what will speak for you. Put anything there that you think that would make that client go into work with this person. So it's testimonials, put it there. If it's your skills and expertise, put it there. If it's endorsements, put it there. Award, recognition, put everything in your portfolio. It is your one chance to success. If anybody says, oh, you're doing too much, it's their business. You know why you are putting your portfolio. It's to get a gig, to get a job, to get an opportunity. So anything that you know would, you know what, this thing, I put it in there. This clients would be wow, put them there. So what should be in your portfolio? So that's not what is there. Hold on. I think it's a recap of all I just spoken about. Make sure that your portfolio is easy to navigate. Make sure that it's easy on the eye. So as you create your structure, ask yourself, will this be easy for me myself to navigate through? The different structures is very important that as you create all of the content in your portfolio, it's very easy to walk around, to go through, and put yourself in the shoes of the client or the employer. Ensure that there's visual consistency. So if you're using a particular color, make sure that's the color you're using throughout. Don't use red on one page, blue on another page, green on another page. Maybe pick 2 colors and that's what you're using all through the portfolio. Look for colors that reflect your brand and your style. So for me, I usually use yellow because yellow communicates happiness, yellow communicates energy, right? So think of, so as you create your portfolio, ask yourself, what colors reflect my style or my brand? Google colors and what they represent, and then consider using that in your portfolio, right? Color scheme, typography, font type. Be very, very conscious about these things when designing a portfolio. Don't say, I'm a let's see, developer, so I don't really need to think about all these things. These details communicate level of seriousness, and they communicate that you put some thought into what you did. So always be willing to go the extra mile to pay attention to details, right? And then the next thing is, if you have a website, so some people don't want to have, so some people develop their portfolio on maybe Google Doc, any of the Google Suites, Google Doc or Google Slides. Some people use websites. I can't remember. There's some websites that people use for there's MainStack. I know of MainStack. I know of Linktree. I know of Behance. So those are the 3 I'm very familiar with. So if you use any of these mediums for your portfolio, ensure that it is responsive. So if I type lawal.behance or behance.com/lawal, ensure that it is very responsive, and the colors are easy on the eye and it's very seamless when I want to view on laptop or on mobile. Include your information on there. Also add your CV so sometimes you might want to separate, like I mentioned earlier. Some people have it separately, so CV and portfolio. Some people put everything in one full document. So it depends on your preference or depend on what the client says. So the client might say, listen, I want everything in just one folder. So put it on maybe on Google Drive. Upload your CV and then your portfolio, so that it's easy for the clients to assess or access. This is a sample of a portfolio. So number one is introduction. Number two, table of contents. So your bio, your services, your creative skills, your tools. Your portfolio is where all the work that you've done, everything is there, and then contact information. So if you have it arranged like this, it communicates organization. So someone is likely to engage your service because they think that you are organized, and hopefully you are organized, right? And services as well. So have them in sections. So if you're a web developer, have all the different skills under web development or different services under web development. If you are a creator, what I think that you do as a creator from start to finish, all the different skills and different services, right? So yeah, that's it. Now, case study, like I mentioned, it was important so that we're not speaking in hypothesis. I thought to include a fellow Wave person, someone who has finished the program and is now a data scientist. So this is story, right? So we asked him to talk about his Wave experience. He said the information session was amazing. That was where I was able to decide if I wanted to continue with the training or do something else. It was truly convincing. Someone heard about Wave through a friend, and he took part in the training. Getting to the training venue was a struggle for him, because he had to walk some distance, having little money for transportation. But the experience was worth it for him because he was learning a lot from the training. So sometimes make some sacrifices because of what you want to get. So he said there was a slight challenge in my expectations. Initially, I joined with the basic motive of getting trained and getting a job. But that changed to being excited about learning skills I would not get to learn in school about the world of work. I started changing my thinking to not getting a job, but being the best at my job and contributing value, right? The skills he learned during the training have also influenced his current job. He said, the training was an eye-opener for me. I never expected a lot of things I learned, especially skills like emotional intelligence and problem solving, skills that are transferable to all kinds of jobs. Now, I already mentioned how it's important to cherish the soft skills that you learned during the Wave training. They are what will set you apart from your peers. I can guarantee you that. I mean, I've been here for a while, and I know that these soft skills are what sets me apart from my colleagues, my peers, right? So your critical thinking, your problem solving, your emotional intelligence, your time management. If you're able to apply these skills, they will set you apart. They will give you an edge over your peers, your colleagues, your other professionals. So he said the training taught me how to always prioritize customer needs. In general, the training improved my soft skills. It also builds my confidence going into job interviews. I remember an interview I went for. I was the only one that didn't have a degree at the time. So he didn't even have a degree. But I was still very confident in my abilities. The training also taught me how to dress appropriately for interviews. And that's emotional intelligence, right? Samuel's dream is to work where he is able to create solutions that help people. I'm currently building a career as a data analyst, and I try to better myself every day by taking up courses regularly and building communities. So we spoke about communities and how they are important. So this is a story of, at least I didn't get someone's story from maybe the internet. I want to get someone who we could relate to, someone who has gone through the program, someone who do not have a degree, right? But through the Wave training, he got himself job opportunities and then an opportunity as a tech person, which is data analysis. And we all know how high demand that skill is, or that role is. And it's all thanks to all that he learned at Wave and all that he began to put to practice. I think that's it. So any questions, any concerns? Thank you all for your time, for listening. Let's take questions.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. Thank you. All right.
So please raise your hand if you have any questions.
What has your organization learned from the past month of implementing this funded activities? For outreach admissions, we already put our learning together. To be nice to get from TTU and career support as well. So let me just put.
What has your vision for the past month of implementing the funded activities?
And see career support. See it.
Anyone have any questions? Was someone speaking? I'm not sure. Adedeji, okay. So Adedeji, come off mute and ask your questions. Adedeji, go ahead.
Thank you, Mr. Kelvin, for your time. Really appreciate that. And my question would be about the internship. Please, are there any upcoming internship opportunity for us in the tech industry?
Okay. Thank you for your question. I think that the career support team would answer that question and maybe share opportunities as they get them. Yeah. Olaiwaju.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Kelvin. I don't know maybe you are here.
Your voice is low. Do you mind speaking up?
Okay. Okay. I said thank you, Mr. Kelvin. Are you hearing me loud and clear now?
Slightly, but a bit better.
Okay. I want to ask that can you quickly take us to the best way to receive payment on all this kind of Upwork, Fiverr, the best way to receive payment?
The best way to do what?
To receive payment, I mean cash.
Best way to receive payment on Upwork, is that the question?
Yes, correct.
Okay. Do you have an account on Upwork?
Yes, I have that. Yes.
So it's been a while I use Upwork and Fiverr. I know that they've changed their policies and made some updates in the last couple of years, and so I'm not familiar with any new policy, any new way around that. What I can do is, if you get my contact, I can ask my community, and I can share that information with you. But you have to tell me what the challenge is, so that I can speak to that challenge.
Okay. The reason why I'm asking is I'm trying to look at the best, the lowest. Most of the apps. I mean the service provider, financial service provider.
I can't hear you again. I can't hear him again. I suspect he was going to say that the financial service providers, maybe they have they've either blocked or limited ways to receive money, I'm guessing. Yeah, but I'll wait for him to come and ask his question. Olaumi Emmanuel. Ready? Your hand is up.
Yes. So I just want to talk about what the last person asked. Now, like maybe a parent system, something like that. So if I would recommend any, I would recommend Payoneer, because the truth of the thing is that there's no platform that would not want to make their own profit. So you can't want to say because all of them are charging much and all that. So they are financial institutions because they are also after their profit. So but with my experience so far, I can recommend Payoneer to any, like whether Fiverr or Upwork. Their system is actually okay. So just to answer his question, thank you.
Thank you very much, Kadi. Fantastic. So can we share knowledge here? Yeah, I'm aware of. I know of Payoneer. I just haven't used it before. Any other questions before I take my leave?
Hello, Mr. Calvin. I have a question for you.
All right, Antoinette, what's your question?
Please, could you share communities that you recommend we belong to on Facebook, LinkedIn, so that we can join?
So the community I'm aware of on Telegram and WhatsApp, right? There's developer circles on WhatsApp, so you have to get my contact for me to share with you. But there's DigiClan on WhatsApp and on Facebook, not active on Facebook, and Instagram, DigiClan. There is TechPoint on Instagram. There is Developer Circle, like I mentioned, on WhatsApp. There's another one on Telegram, but that one was mostly for social media managers. Okay, so there are two. There's one for social media managers or creatives, and there's another one for data analysts. So yeah, you have to get my contact for me to share links to those groups with you. Anthony, I hope that answers your question.
Yes, thank you.
Yeah. Any other questions before I take my leave? Okay, some comments. There's 9 comments, I hope. Yeah, let me go over the questions that I may have missed. And please, if you miss a question, please just call my attention to it. Big ups to Wave and see, it's okay. I was on the hardware networking program, and it really helped me have a faster assimilation of technical jargons in my present cloud computing program. Thank you very much for that testimonial. I'll be giving Wave and Digital Fortress that testimonial so that we can use for marketing. I have an idea. Okay, so that's Cardi. Thank you so much again, Cardi, for sharing that. Grey.co, that is lesser than Payoneer, which has been having issues lately too. Joshua, thank you for sharing that as well. So Grey.co is also another fintech business. So you might want to explore that as an option to Payoneer. Can you share your contact here? Yes, I can. I don't know. You know what? Yeah, Antoinette and the CS team have my contacts. I will let them do that. Hello everyone. Kindly fill. Yes. So yes, please fill that form. So yes, once you fill that form, I guarantee you that they will share my contact with you. So once you have filled the form, they will share my contact with you via the information that you put in the form. So please do that. The full name and what you do at Wave. Again, that will be shared with you after you fill the form. I think that's all the questions. I hope I haven't missed out. I know I saw for Sheree's question. Okay, she doesn't have a question, so I think I've taken everyone's question. So Antoinette, Idara, I suppose